In this section, I want to talk about another BGP attribute that is called multi-exit discriminator. And what is the use of multi-exit discriminator, or MID in brief? MID is used to select an entry point. You saw that we use AS path, local preference, and wait to select an exit point, but here we are using some other configuration to select an entry point into our network. Assuming that we have a server connected to router 1, if traffic comes from AS100, traffic may go, for example, this way to reach to router 1. But I want the traffic to this server go through router 3 and reaches to router 1. I'm preferring this link over the other link. How can I do this? I can do this using MID. Now, I have no control over AS100. Actually, MID is an attribute that is sent to other ASs. Now, you can see that again I have changed my topology a little bit. This is because I had only 2 routers in AS100, and that was not okay for what I am going to show you. I needed 3 or more routers, or only 1 router. So I prefer to have only 1 router there, and that's the only router that we have here, ISP1. ISP1 has 2 links into our network. I have removed all the default originates. I have removed all the advertisement, and now I am going to router 4 and router 3 and advertise the only prefix that is, for example, my server network. Let's go to router 4, and on BGP networks add the server, for example, network that is 1110/24. Click on OK, and you can see that this is advertised to ISP1. I want to do the same thing on router 3. So let's go to router 3 and add this 1110/24 to these networks. So this is advertised to ISP1 as well. Okay, if I go to ISP1, now I can see that in my routing table I can reach to 1111 through router 3, and of course I can reach to 1111 through router 4. Both of them have the same distance, so one is preferred over the other for some specific reason. Let me check the reason. If I double click on this, I can see that origin is IHP, what I preferred. If I go here, I can see that the distance is 20, the scope is 10, the target scope is 10, the scope is 40, the target scope is 10. If I select this, I can see that again the same items are here, but the only thing that I can say is the metric to reach to router 3 is less than to metric to reach to router 1 from router 3 is less than the metric to reach to router 1 from router 4. So let's go and change this behavior. I want to go to router 3 and tell ISP1 that this link is not a desirable link. Do not use this. I go to router 3, go to routing filters, and here you can see that I have created a filter. Let me create it again so that you can see this. If I click on plus sign, I go and select the chain. I want the chain name to be MID, that is multi-exit discriminator. What is the prefix? I can select the prefix, or I can leave it blank so that all prefixes are included, but the only prefix that I am interested in is 1110/24. Now go to actions. Pass through is okay, accept is okay. You can select each of these. Let's go to BGP action, and here you can select the set BGP MID. MID is kind of metric or cost of the link that you are advertising. So I am going to enter a very high cost, for example 10,000. 10,000 is good cost. Click on apply. Now I have a filter, and I need to go to routing BGP, go to peers, select ISP1, and I am advertising this to ISP1, so I need to select it as my output filter. Select MID, click on apply, and click on OK. Now let's go to ISP1 and see the result. If I go to ISP1, now I can see that this route is not preferred, and the route through router 4 is selected. If I select to trace route this time, you can see that it goes through router 4 and after that to router 2 and router 1, and this is what I wanted to achieve. Stop and close this, double click on this, and you can see the BGP metric is too high here and it is not selected. What is the default value for BGP mid? Actually, there is no default value advertised. So you cannot, select this BGP mid if there is nothing in this attribute. And if I go to router BGP and select the instance, you can see that there is nothing regarding BGP metric here, as opposed to what you see in Cisco. In Cisco, you can select to, default the metric if there is nothing to a default. But here you cannot set a default for BGP metric. But what I showed you just right now is it was just to add a metric value to a specific link or for a specific prefix and change the direction of traffic into our network using another link.